We must understand that in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only legislator. It is only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that passes down laws, divine laws, which tell us what is right and wrong, permissible and impermissible, halal and haram. And they are applicable for all times, without the need to ever change. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that legislation is only for Allah. The exclusive right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He alone legislates laws in order for mankind to follow. Nobody has this right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He also says, and He, Allah, does not associate in His legislation with anyone. Allah Azza wa Jal is not in need of a partner to come and say, to stand with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, this is halal and this is haram, or this is good and this is evil. Allah is in not need of this. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself in another ayah, in another verse, He gives us the ruling on the people who do this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself gives us this verdict, this fatwa if you will, about those who rule by other than the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He tells us of their judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, and whoever does not judge by what Allah has sent down, then they are the disbelievers. These ayat that I quoted, my brothers and sisters, are very clear, and there's many of them. They are unambiguous, and a person can't look at these ayat and say, well, is Allah trying to say something else? Clear cut ayat. Legislation is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is His right, and no one else can challenge Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and doing so is disbelief. Also telling us that anyone who does so is a disbeliever, and is also a taghut.